What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 2 of the Bloomington Buddies podcast. That is what it's going to be called now. Thank you to Luke for the great name choice. We appreciate it. And,
good choice.
We're going to have a good episode today. This episode is supposed to be uploaded Thursday, but
we had some scheduling conflicts with each other.
And plus, we get to talk about the Thursday games. So it's going to be better than it was.
Oh, we do need to talk. We are going to be in that club, which will allow us to have a better area.
You talk about that.
Yeah, we are going to have a little bit of a better area now. We are going to be part of IUS TV, which we'll each be doing multiple different things depending on what Quincy does. We are going to still do our podcast, though. They have a podcasting area. They'll maybe allow us to do a video podcast. We may end up having to switch this to an audio podcast whenever we do it there.
If it is an audio podcast,
we can just record it on the phone.
I'll still I can just prop up my computer or something. So eventually,
we hope to get into the video studio.
And eventually, this podcast is going to be on
IUS TV's website and all of our YouTube pages.
Like what's it? Like Apple Podcasts,
Spotify.
It's eventually going to be out on all those.
Yeah. It all. I mean, we pay $20 to be a part of the club, but we don't have to pay for the Spotify subscription. It probably won't be under our name. I don't know if it's under IUS TV, and then everyone has their own thing.
We'll see. We'll figure it out. That'll be in like a month or two.
Maybe. Hopefully it's soon. But yeah, so that'll be cool. But let's go ahead and get
on the dock today. We have talking about Thursday's games, previewing today and Saturday's games. Talk about the MLB for a little bit.
Yep, and then fantasy football.
And then you wanted to talk about fantasy football.
Yes, I think we need to talk about it. Don't talk about it enough. All right, this game was... Oh, man, I'll let you take this one because you were excited about this one. I want the Purdue one.
This was a really good game between West Virginia and Pitt. These two teams hadn't played in a long time, and they hate each other. Everything you see on Barstool Pitt and Barstool West Virginia is just talking shit about the other team.
Yep.
So they were excited to play again. And even though Pitt, I think, is a way better team... talent doesn't show in rivalry games, and it didn't today. It was a great game, back and forth. Pitt had the lead. Scroll down to like the score summary. Pitt had the lead, 24-17, but West Virginia scored 2 quick touchdowns to start the fourth quarter. West Virginia tied it up with 3 minutes to go, and then on the ensuing drive, West Virginia receiver who had played well. He had played well all night too.
Is it up here? Is this it?
It should be on one of them.
Yeah, that was it.
Lets the ball go right through his hands. It pops up in the air, and Pitt picks it off. And this is the touchdown that tied the game.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's better for y'all to see. Yeah, this is the touchdown that tied the game.
Dive into the end zone. That was great.
It was that one heck of a run.
But then the interception, man, that killed him. The pick killed him. This is just showing the same play.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be here. Well, maybe it said something about. Oh, I accidentally played the wrong one. I bet.
Go to the next one.
Yeah. Where's it at? Oh, here it is. Nope, that's not it.
He'll find it, but
yeah, they don't ever have them in like good. We had a targeting call. I forgot.
Oh yeah, someone on was it on West Virginia got ejected for targeting. Yeah, and it was a bad play too. Like he went for the head. He went for the head. It was a clear as day.
Oh man, no, sorry, we cannot promote you, Flo. I'm sorry. I do not.
But it was a clear as day targeting call.
Yeah,
but
I mean it was.
Basically, if Eddie ever finds it, he throws.
It's right here. It's just waiting for the ads because you can't skip ads.
Threw the ball, went right through his hands.
Didn't even go through his hands. It went off of his hands and in the air, and then it popped up.
And then
dude, like that was just.
Pitt picks it off, and then he's got blocks, and it was bad for West. It was really bad for West Virginia. I mean,
watch this play. Perfectly thrown ball right to him, pops it in the air, caught, and interception, gone all the way. I mean, and the fact that he pile drive that dude, and he still couldn't get to the receiver or the cornerback.
The blocks on the return were perfect.
Perfect touchdown. Pitt takes the lead. No other lead changed the rest of the game.
West Virginia almost scored at the end. They had like a 4th and long, and then they got the first down, and then they ruled that the ball hit the ground.
Yeah, I do have to say. Think about that. We saw 2 pick sixes just in the first 2 games already.
Oh yeah.
I hope we see a lot. I love pick sixes. They're just so fun to watch.
I feel like it can change a game around more than any other play.
And it sure did. I mean, think about it. if he would have caught that, we may be seeing West Virginia walking off in the upset.
Yeah, I mean, I think JT Daniels played really well.
Look at his eyes, though. Good job to stay with it, because he could have just kept running to make sure he
I think JT Daniels will be good at West Virginia. I mean, he had a good game. 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, and that pick wasn't his fault.
Yeah, so it was a good play. I think it was overall just a good play for them. But, no, I don't want to play that.
I mean, it was great. It was great to see that rivalry game come back. You knew it wasn't going to be a blowout of any kind. But in pretty much every rivalry game.
But yeah, JT Daniels.
Both teams are going to beat the hell out of each other.
214, 2 touchdowns. That interception shouldn't have been a thing.
Donaldson was great for West Virginia.
Slovis. Oh, bless me. Sorry.
This is the dude that dropped the ball, but he actually had 9 catches for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He had a good game.
Unfortunately, no one's going to remember the fact that he had a good game.
Overall, it was the offenses that were just going through this game. The defenses on both sides were not playing great. I think overall, it was just good offensive explosion from both teams. But, all right, let's go and move on to the next one. I want to talk about this one. I actually am so stoked. We actually watched this one more than that game. Just because we wanted to see it. Where in the world?
Yeah, I streamed this game on my YouTube channel. I streamed the Pitt West Virginia one too.
Why is it not on here?
Scroll down.
Oh, it's down.
Because it was a later. Or no, up. Or no, you got to go all the way down because all the way down.
All the games are down here.
Go back up. Is it touchscreen?
Yeah. Because it wasn't up with the rest of them.
Oh, you got to filter it to FBS 1A.
Oh yeah, because I forgot.
Because both teams were unranked, but still, it was a great game. You're gonna see it. It's gonna be
down here. There it is. Oh, down one more. Oh, I thought that was done. That was a different logo. There it is. Okay. So, anyway, I want to talk about this game. So. Before we get started, if you guys are watching this, I'm so sorry you're out $200. I told Quincy this and he laughed because on my way out of the dorm last night we were going to a meeting before and then we went back to his dorm to watch a game. These 2 guys stopped me and they're like, "Hey man, are you a college football fan?" And I was like, "Of course." And they were like, "All right, are you going to watch the Purdue game tonight?" And I was like, "Probably, because I want to see them lose." And they were like, "Well, I hope they don't. Tell us who won." And I was like, "Why?" And they were like, "Because we each put $100 down on Purdue." And I said, "What?" I was perplexed. I was like, I don't even put $100 down on IU when I know they're good. So I'm so sorry to you guys. I called this win. I said Purdue was not going to win this game. At first, it just was pretty blatantly obvious. Once we hit halftime, after that fumble that Purdue had, which it was just a beautiful peanut punch. That
flipped the game more than anything.
It was a beautiful peanut punch by the Nittany Lions. He knocked it right out. It bounced. He collected.
They're about to score a feet. They're at like that 20 or 30 yard line. They're about to score.
Yeah.
Punches the ball out, and then on the very next drive, Penn State only had like 20 seconds to work with, but they lobbed one deep and had a huge breakdown for Purdue's defense. That's a 10-point swing.
Yep,
so
10-point swing.
About to score a field goal.
10.5.
It's proved to be the difference in the game.
And then Purdue came back in the third quarter and went 14-0.
Purdue controlled the second half for the majority of the second half, but they dug themselves a little hole.
Yeah,
they ended up being down 4 after Penn State took the lead back and had a 72-yard pick six from Michael Finner.
Or as we're now calling it, the puke six, because he got to the sideline, was so happy, and all of a sudden you just see him go all over the field. And I was like, "Yo, I'm so sorry, dude." And then a collapse late by the Purdue defense. He was able to
What Purdue needs to do is they need to learn how to run the ball. How many times did Aiden O'Connell
Here you go. This is it. Hang on. I'll show you in a second. But this is the play that won it for him.
Yeah, Penn State driving. At this point, they were already in field goal range. Purdue had multiple pass interference penalties.
There you go. Look, he rolls out. Nobody guards him.
No one picks up the running back. The defensive end was blitzing off the edge.
Yep. And they were assuming a read option.
And there was no one.
Looks like they were assuming
this is
play action.
This is horrible. How does no one pick? No one picked up the running back.
He did almost immediately.
He did pick up the running back, but
a beautiful throw by Clifford. It was just a beautiful throw in my opinion. But yeah, Clifford, he ended up getting hurt. They brought in the other QB for a little bit. But yeah, he had 282, 4 touchdowns, 1 INT, and he went 20 for 37.
Here's the problem. Aiden O'Connell threw the ball 58 times.
And that's not entirely his fault because they still had 15 carries for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns. but majority of those yards were like 2-yard runs into the
Still,
goal.
though, learn to run the ball.
They did. They ran the ball 15 times, but the Penn State was shutting them down. Why would you keep running the ball if they're going to keep making you lose yards?
We'll switch it up sometimes. You should not be throwing the ball 58 times a game.
I mean, you should if that's the only thing that's working. I mean, either way.
It didn't work. They didn't win.
Well, they almost did. But I'm just telling you, this wasn't going to work for them. I mean, he literally ran the ball 15 times for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns, but those 2 touchdowns were like a yard from the game.
Yeah.
So, but overall, I mean, receiving-wise, like, dude, holy crap. Jones had 12 receptions, 153 yards, and 1 touchdown. Tinsley had 7 receptions, 84 yards, and a touchdown. So, I mean, this is just a good game.
It was kind of upsetting for Purdue because I feel like it's the same old with Purdue.
Yeah.
Because they're always a good team, but like I feel like they can never like break into like that upper echelon of teams.
That's how they are. Then again, Indiana's like that too. We have a good team one year, we do decent because of some, good players, and then everybody's
it's like no, they're consistently winning like 7 or 8 games a year, but it's like when it comes to beating like the premier Big Ten teams,
they can't.
And to be honest, Penn
State's not even premier anymore.
Well, they'll have a good team. I think they will be ranked at some point.
Oh, 100%.
They impressed me. Sean Clifford's going to lead this team to, I think, a pretty good season.
So I mean, because there was even that swing right at the end of the game where Purdue had a 89.4% chance of winning, and then all of a sudden we get here.
Penn State just marched on that drive.
Got right here, 55, and then all the way up to 61 for Penn State, 98, 99, and then 100 at the end. I like how they do that. Like, at 0-0, Penn State has a 100% chance of winning. Really?
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
Because that means you won the game.
I know, but like...
all right, so the next game, we're not going to go as in-depth with the other ones, but we will talk about them. The one that I want to talk about, at least, is Central Michigan and Oklahoma State. I mean, to be fair, most of these points were given up in garbage time, but 44 points to Central Michigan is a lot. I mean, you let them score in every quarter. I mean, Oklahoma State is planning on making a run for the Big Ten title and possibly playoffs.
Okay, well, I talked about this. I was like, it seems kind of, if you look at the box score, it doesn't look right when it goes 7 points for them in one quarter, 8, then 7, and then 22. I wonder if once they were up, 51-22, if they were like, hey, don't put in too much effort. We don't want you guys to get hurt.
With teams in the Big 12, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to win shootout games like that.
I think they could. Especially Oklahoma State. I mean, look at
the thing about Oklahoma State, though, is they usually have one of the better Big 12 defenses.
Yeah, and they also have a really good scoring offense. So, but yeah, I mean, they went up 7, then they tied it up, and then they got a safety. Wait. Oh, that's pretty dope. Okay, cool. They got a safety, then they got a touchdown, and then they just kept running it up. Touchdown,
I think it's a little concerning, but I think they'll be fine.
They were up 44-15 at the half. And they scored a touchdown with 11 seconds left. So...
It doesn't look that bad.
No.
I mean, typical game for Oklahoma State.
So pretty good in general. Here, I got it. So, then you want to go to your other game. By the way, shout out to Arizona State. They got their first win. 40-3.
To be fair, Northern Arizona did beat Arizona last year.
Yeah, it's true.
That was just a sad, embarrassing performance.
Where's it at? Oh, here it is.
Tennessee and Ball State.
I don't know why. He wants to talk about this because he thinks their quarterback is the Heisman winner.
Well, yeah, because he will.
No, dude, he didn't even have as good of a performance as Purdue, and Purdue literally put up less points.
One game, chill out. But...
Dude, when you're playing a Ball State team and you score 59 points and you didn't even have as good of a game as the other quarterbacks that were like...
Well, because they took him out in the end of the game. They took him out. But here's what I'm going to say. I think Tennessee fans should be extremely happy, not just because they beat up on a bad Ball State team, but the fact that we've seen Tennessee struggle in these types of games before.
Yeah.
They were against App State. They almost lost. They had to score in like triple overtime. They lost to Georgia State that one game, and there have been other times where they've had struggle games against middle of the road like MAC teams, but not this year. I think this is going to show that Tennessee is really going to take a big step this year. This was I would say an impressive first one.
I'd say it's pretty good. I mean, it wasn't anything special in my opinion. I mean, they went up.
I mean, they were up like 38. They were up like 38-0 and a half.
30. Yeah, it was 38 or it was 38-0, And then they scored another touchdown. Ball State scored, and then they scored another touchdown. They scored another, and then they got a field goal.
Domination. I'll quickly gloss over some of the other games that had some importance. I'll scroll. I'll quickly go over some of the games that
weren't really.
Wake Forest, easy win over VMI, 44-10. Sam Hartman had a really good game. Akron over St. Francis, good job.
UFC, we already talked about that.
UCF wins.
UFC.
FIU. Northern Illinois. See, my friend goes to Northern Illinois.
It was a big win for them.
Eastern Illinois is FCS. They probably should have won that game by more, if you ask me. But UAB takes care of
Missouri, good win for them.
I actually thought Louisiana Tech would keep this game close. So good for Missouri for not
I do want to
struggling.
talk about this. Holy
Minnesota
crap.
takes care of New Mexico State, 38.
Which is kind of interesting because I think that was just the game I thought they would win perfectly fine, but I didn't think they would win in a shutout 38-0. Minnesota opens with overkill. With an overkill win, bro. Yeah, so just a touchdown. They were up 24-0 at the half. That's really good. They scored in 19 seconds left in the half.
Minnesota's going to be good.
There was no scoring in the fourth quarter. That's good. I always hate that. Like, that's just... The fourth quarter is when it's the most interesting.
Well, it's a blowout.
Even then, it's still, like, you just want to see how many points get put up, and nothing.
All right, let me scroll.
Let's see.
Anything else?
Not really. I mean, Arizona State.
Fresno State took care of Cal Poly. Wow, yep. San Jose. You realize how bad Portland State is? And San Jose State was a Division I team, only won by 4 points. That's kind of sad.
Okay. Then
all right, now let's preview the Friday games, and we gotta start. Okay, we'll start with Michigan State and Western. We'll make picks. We'll make picks against the spread.
Yeah.
Michigan State minus 21 at home against Western Michigan.
They cover it. They'll win by about 30. I don't think that's...
I'd say so. I will say, though, I don't promote sports betting, but just know
we don't
Vegas makes their money on underdogs covering.
Yes.
That is how they make their money.
Because the winning is really not normally hard to determine. Every now and then you get an upset, but usually the team that's expected to win wins, and they make it on the betting on the spread and the over-under. The over-under is one of the things that people underestimate. They make so much money off of that.
No, but the majority of their sports betting running
100% is the spread.
Is from underdogs covering.
Yeah.
Not just spread. I think 21, though. Western Michigan's usually pretty good at it. Eastern Michigan minus...
Kentucky is not that big of a game, but...
I'll take Eastern Michigan. Yeah. This is an interesting game, I think. So Virginia Tech at Old Dominion. Old Dominion actually beat Virginia Tech one year when they were ranked, and Old Dominion was like 0-3. Virginia Tech is
6-point favorites. I give them at least 14.
6-point road favorite. I don't know. I think Tech will win by about a touchdown. I would not be completely shocked though if Old Dominion wins this game tonight.
I would. All right, so we've got Duke, Temple, or do you even want to go over this?
I will say Duke and Temple. I'll take Temple plus 9.
I don't know about that.
I think
they're on the road. I don't know. I think Duke could pull it out. Temple's like good, but they're not that good.
All right,
Kansas, Tennessee State, or Tennessee.
Kansas is favored by 30 over Tennessee Tech. I would for sure take Tennessee Tech to cover.
I would take them to cover, not to win. I think
not
this
to
is like
win,
one of the one
but
wins that Kansas gets.
You give me 30 points for. I will take if you're giving me 30 points for anyone against Kansas.
100%.
I'm taking it.
Yeah. So
maybe
we will bet one touchdown.
And then obviously the game that we will be attending tonight, Illinois and Indiana.
Hey, they may be 1-1 tonight, but what my favorite number is going to be is 0-1 in Big Ten play.
Here's the thing, though. Here's what I'm kind of worried. The spread actually...
1 point.
Here's the thing. The spread actually opened.
1 point safety.
The spread...
All right, anyway.
The spread actually opened at -4.
It did.
And then it was -3. And then it got all the way down to 1.5 yesterday.
Yeah.
And now it's 1. So essentially it's a pick-em. Essentially it's a coin flip game.
But what I will say is I think that it started to go down as soon as Tom Allen announced Tuttle as our quarterback, which I can understand. Literally would not have chosen him.
They need Dexter Dennis to start.
They have 2 other quarterbacks that are so good.
What's his name? Dexter Dennis.
Yes. I'm here to make me look it up.
Jack Tuttle should not be starting. I'm sorry. I hope any Indiana players don't see this, but Jack Tuttle should not be the starting quarterback.
I mean, he's not bad, but I just think that we have a better QBs right now. Oh my gosh. Why can I not? Oh, I hate when they do these. Okay, hang on. Where's it at? Here we go. ESPN. That's what I was looking for. ESPN is way better.
No, not Dexter Dennis. I forgot his name.
No, it's not Dexter Dennis. Where's he at? Dexter Williams.
Dexter Williams. He should be starting.
He's 6'1", 209. You know who he reminds me of?
Fast as hell, too.
Michael Penix, who he says he didn't really care for, but I love Michael Penix.
I thought Michael Penix was good, but I feel like people thought he was better than he was.
I don't. I think that if he wouldn't have gotten hurt, he would have been a top-tier quarterback for the next 2 years.
Dexter Williams should 100% be starting.
And even if you don't want him, we just got Connor Veselak.
I get
from Missouri.
I get Tuttle's a senior, but I mean, when he has played, he has not looked good.
But if you're the Hoosiers, I would be building your future quarterback. We have a sophomore and a junior, so that's at least usually they'll play 4 to 5 years. So this guy could be here for another 3 years, and he could be here for 2. This guy's gone after this year.
I don't think Tuttle should play.
I don't. I think it's just because he's a gunslinger, but I can't.
I don't know.
Again,
honestly, I'm kind of starting to think Illinois might win. I'm not even lying.
I'm starting to at this point, but you know what? I don't want to.
Because they whooped up on Wyoming. I mean,
yeah, it was bad. And then our last game for today is.
I will say though, I really hope IU wins. If they can establish a game, I don't know. Wyoming couldn't really run the ball. I mean, we'll see. I mean, they're gonna have the home crowd behind them.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna be
everyone. The class.
Our class is let out, so they're gonna start. We're gonna start getting really weird looks, and we're just gonna look at them. So if you see us, just look up and give somebody a weird face.
All right. So what else we got? TCU and Colorado. TCU's 13.5-point road favorites. Really?
I could see it, but I don't think they cover that.
No,
I think Colorado.
There's no way.
I mean, I don't think. Yeah.
There's no way. 100%.
I think TCU wins, but they don't. Not by 13.
Not by 14 points. I might even take Colorado to win that game. Straight up.
I wouldn't take Colorado.
Because TCU is not. Really
They're not great, but Colorado is.
I mean, is Colorado supposed to be really bad this year? I'm not.
Colorado is never good at football. They're like a 4-win team usually.
They've had some good years though, but they're not that much better than TCU.
Yeah.
Or TCU's not that much better than them.
Yeah.
I would take Colorado to cover.
All right. Game. We should probably go through the rest of these pretty fast. That way we can start moving on because your computer might die.
It's at like 40%.
Okay, should be good. All right, well, this is all those. Go to Saturday. The bottom. This is when, okay, I'm telling you right now, tomorrow after, what time do the games come on? They start coming on late, right?
Noon.
All of them?
Not all of them, but there are some that come on at noon.
No. I'm talking about the one that I really care about. Where is it at?
They're good.
Yep, it's at night. Thank gosh. It's at late at night, isn't it?
What? Notre Dame and
yes, Ohio State. It's like 8.
Yeah, it's a night game.
It's really late.
We'll get to it.
So, first couple of games. Most of them are not like major.
No spread here for Sam Houston. I will say Sam Houston won an FCS championship 2 years ago, so
yeah,
I don't think A&M will roll them. I actually think Sam Houston might hang around a little bit more than you might think.
No, I think it'll be at least
Colorado. Okay, Michigan minus 30.5 against Colorado
at
State.
Home, I could see it.
I would take them to cover. Michigan likes to run up the scoring teams, so I think there should be no problems there.
The over/under is 61.5. Yeah, that's what Michigan.
Here's one I would say. I would take East Carolina to cover 11.5 against NC State because they're at home.
Yeah, but I think NC State
because they're at home and it's an in-state rivalry, and I think they're gonna show out. They're gonna show out. I think 11.5 is a lot to put on a team in that environment.
No, they're gonna show out for like the first 10 minutes, and then North Carolina State. I say North Carolina State wins up at least.
I think
by
people
2
are
scores.
really overhyping NC State this year. I think East Carolina will for sure cover. Might win the game.
There's no way they're winning the game.
UConn and Central Connecticut, nobody cares.
No one cares.
South Dakota State and Iowa.
It's going to be Iowa. And they're at home.
South Dakota State's not bad, but okay. Maryland
and Buffalo.
24 is kind of a lot. I would maybe take Buffalo to cover.
Yeah, but I would
Rutgers and Boston College. Boston College favored as 7.
I think they beat Rutgers. I think they actually go higher than that.
More than 7, you think?
Yeah, I think that they.
I think
for
sure see it. North Carolina and App State is now a 1.5-point favorite.
I think North Carolina.
The spread, North Carolina was favored by like 2, and then everyone bet on App State. App State is now a 1.5-point favorite at home. I think they're going to win.
I don't.
I for sure think they're going to win. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with North Carolina State and East Carolina, except this team is better than East Carolina, and that team is worse than NC State.
But I still think North Carolina.
I think App State is going to win. They got my pick.
Nah, I got North Carolina in that game. All right, Delaware Navy. Nobody really cares.
Navy will win probably.
Yeah, I mean that's just
Virginia and Richmond in-state rivalry maybe.
Virginia. Richmond's never degraded.
Air Force and Northern.
No.
Air Force is
pretty good.
Air Force is supposed to have
Air Sports.
Air Force is supposed to have a really good squad this year, so they should have no problems with Northern Iowa. I'm interested to see what Air Force can do. I think at one point they could be ranked at the end of the year.
No, I don't think that.
Southeast Missouri State, Iowa State.
Iowa State wins is pretty easy.
Some of these donut spreads. UCLA is 23.5 against Bowling Green.
I can see it.
I would for sure take. I think they can cover.
No, maybe, but
Dorian Thompson Robinson is a dog.
Okay, I'm looking at this game, and I agree with this. I do think Georgia's winning, but I do not think they win by 16.
Well,
I think Oregon keeps it close.
I don't think Georgia's winning.
I know you don't
at all.
I know you don't.
I'm picking Oregon in this game. I promise you that. I've seen quite a few people that agree with me too.
Yeah, well, I've
it's
seen
the
a lot
typical
more people that agree
Oregon
with me.
routine. Georgia's gonna have that national championship hangover. I have a gut feeling it's gonna happen. I got Oregon.
Okay.
Bo Nix, baby.
Okay, then Oklahoma, UTEP. I really want to see
UTEP,
Aaron Jones Academy.
The problem about UTEP is in their opening game against North Texas, they looked bad, man. I mean, I know everyone loves UTEP. UTEP's kind of a meme around the channel.
Yeah, I mean,
around my channel, but I mean, Oklahoma's.
Can we get UTEP for a natty?
No, they've already lost the game.
So
The Buffoons
Yeah.
and Miami. Indiana plays them in basketball, but I think they play Miami every year, and they
always lose.
Get beat every year.
Cincinnati. This is actually going to be such a good game. I know everybody's dissing Cincinnati after they had that one good year where they went really far, but I honestly think they're still a good enough team to win some pretty big games. I really do, and I think they could beat Arkansas. Do I necessarily think that they are? No, but if they do, I'm not going to be that person on the sidelines going, "How did that happen?" I'll be like,
It'll be a good game. I think it'll be a good game.
I think they cover.
I think Arkansas. You think okay? So you're taking Cincinnati plus 6.5.
I think they could.
I think they definitely can. This is a tough game to pick spread wise.
If they lose, it's.
I do think Arkansas will win. I do think.
I can see Arkansas.
I think they're a better team and they're at home.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Houston and UTSA.
This is an interesting game. UTSA had a really good year last year. They went undefeated for almost the entire season. Lost only one game the whole year to North Texas near the end. Houston
is 24th.
Houston's supposed to have a good team, but they're on the road. They're favored by 4.
They're not really on the road. I mean, they are, but like they're literally going to San Antonio.
It's a road stadium.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. Like they still have the same. It's not like
going
to Oregon.
Opposing student section there.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is that it's not like they're going to Seattle and playing in completely different weather at a different stadium that bad.
I think Houston will win. Watch out for the upset there, though.
Yeah, I can see it. This is just the dumbest game in the world.
San Diego State will win.
Favored, yeah, and they're going to win. Nebraska and North Dakota. Okay, now that I saw how they played last game, I honestly could see North Dakota pretty much
This
covering
isn't North Dakota State.
No, North Dakota. I know. I'm just saying.
Here's what's gonna happen. The only games Nebraska can win are
home games.
not home games. Games where they blow out their opponent. I think that's what they'll do here.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's see.
Marshall. Shout out Tristan Hubbard, but I think Marshall will win.
That. Wyoming and Tulsa. Tulsa wins.
Wow, nobody cares. Wyoming looked bad.
Okay, Ole Miss wins against Troy. I don't think that's they're favored 21.5.
21.5. So are you taking the 21?
I will take it. I'll probably say they.
I don't know. Troy's not that bad. Troy usually has a solid team.
They usually have like a 3-win squad.
No, they're usually making a bowl game.
Troy?
Like a shitty bowl game, but
I don't remember them ever.
This is an interesting game. BYU at South Florida.
BYU's favorite.
I think 11.5 is a lot to put up.
Yeah, I'd say it's going to be -7. That would be.
I think South Florida. I'm not sure how really good they're going to be, but I think they will for sure cover that.
Yeah. Cali and UC Davis. Cali's at home. They win that pretty easy.
No spread. Nichols and South Alabama. Wow.
Nobody cares. Texas State and Nevada. That's a -1.
USC
and Rice is -33.
Minus 33 for USC. I don't know. Rice is bad.
It is, but
they're bad. I think 33 might be low for
that's
USC.
Pushing it. Nobody cares.
FAU -4.5. I'll take that. FAU solid.
Yeah, but they're on the road against Ohio. I don't know.
All right, Utah and Florida. Utah is favored by 3. I am surprised. I actually kind of thought Florida would be favored at one point.
I don't think they would, but I'm just telling you right now is I have Florida winning this game for one reason, and people don't say it. That is one of the hardest stadiums. We're talking about Iowa and the Big Ten. This is one of the hardest stadiums to go into and win. Every quarterback ever that's played in the Florida Stadium, you can ask any of them. Especially the ones that made it to the pros today. They say it's one of the hardest stadiums to win.
What Eddie fails to realize is back in the day, Florida used to be a good football team.
No, but they still have one of the best stadiums. It's just Iowa sucks this year, but you're telling me that they're going to get
They're not going to be that bad.
No, but
Iowa will have a pretty solid.
I'm telling you right now, Florida will
Iowa's got a better
team
team than Florida.
IU? No,
Iowa's got a better team than Florida.
I don't know if they do. I really don't think they do.
Utah will win.
I
think they will. And I actually think they'll win big.
I think that they will end up.
Because Florida's starting with a new coach, a bunch of new stuff.
I think
First
if they
game
do
against
win,
a top 10 team, they're not winning.
If Iowa win, or if Utah wins, it's going to be by maybe 3 points. At the most, a touchdown. They don't win. Like
Baylor against Albany.
Yeah, Baylor wins.
I didn't even know Albany had a football
Wisconsin,
team.
Illinois State, Wisconsin. Most of these games don't have spreads. Kentucky against Miami, Ohio. Kentucky is minus 16. I think that's pretty obvious. I mean, they've been so good these last 3 years. They've just been shocking already.
Very solid.
Auburn and Mercer. Auburn, I don't know why this is even a question. They're at home. Vandy and
Mercer did beat Duke in basketball in the NCAA tournament. So.
Okay, well, glad that basketball doesn't affect football. Elon Academy. Elon Musk will be starting a quarterback, and they'll be playing Vandy.
Hey, Vandy rolled Hawaii. Vandy.
They did.
I think.
What was it? 56-3.
No, it was 63-10.
63-10.
I think Vandy will win an SEC game. I think they could for sure beat Missouri and maybe South Carolina.
Yeah, okay. I would be down to see that.
Because I know we might be overreacting after one game, but I mean,
But see, they don't really care about football.
A bad team is not winning a game.
They're like the best baseball school in the country, so they don't care about football.
Not really anymore. I mean, they're still good, but like there are teams that are better.
They were ranked second at the beginning of the season.
They got knocked out in like the first round.
Yeah, because they injured their pitchers. I have friends that were going to go there, and then they were like too many. They have such a deep pitching core, but they're not great anymore.
Bueller went there.
Yeah. South Dakota, Kansas State. I mean, I don't even care.
This is a good game. Coastal and Army.
Yeah, that's a good one. Coastal will win. Coastal is 2-point favorites.
Yeah, I think they will win. Coastal's still going to have a good team. They still got Grayson McCall at QB. He's a stud.
I think Coastal covers it and more. I think they win by at least 2 scores. Oh no! Don't touchy. No touchy for you.
The Tulane Green Wave.
Okay. Tulane playing against UMass. I think Tulane wins.
Oh
my gosh, they're minus 28.
I think that's low.
Do
you realize how bad UMass is?
No, I'm just saying. I think it's funny that they
UMass.
Yeah, they're horrible. Louisiana against Southeastern Louisiana.
Right. Arkansas State will beat Grambling.
Yeah.
What, 42 for Alabama, and that
low.
Seems low. That seems low.
This is the game. Holy, Ohio State is minus 17. I didn't think they were going to make it that big of a spread. I mean,
to be honest,
Ohio State's going to blow them, in my opinion.
If we're being honest, I think they're covering the 17.
I don't think that. I think it's going to be a little closer than people are anticipating, which is why I want to watch it.
What's going to happen is it's going to be a close game, and then
Ohio State's going to go off.
Yeah,
but I still think
they're going to win by like 20 or they're going to win by like 20-ish.
I think they win by most at 2 scores.
I think they're going to win by like 20 or 24, but it's going to be like a close game. They're going to run.
We are going to be watching. Do you have ABC? I think I do.
I do.
Okay, then we'll just probably go there again because we had fun last night. That way, we had so much fun just commentating games last night. All right, so nobody cares about these teams. Memphis, Mississippi State. Mississippi State is going to win. South Carolina will beat Georgia State. North Texas, SMU. North Texas is probably going to lose that. Colgate and Stanford, nobody cares. Murray State, Texas Tech. Texas Tech wins this. If they don't always check. Texas, UL Monroe.
Hey, hold on. Take UL Monroe to cover the 37.5. 37.
He really hates Texas.
Because they're not that good. I'm sorry, Texas is not. I'm sure they'll win. They're not going to win by 38.
I think they at least go 8-4 this year. I think is what I had them going.
6-6 and maybe 5-7.
Louisville against Syracuse. Louisville is only 4.5.
Basketball
That's interesting.
Schools. Louisville will win.
I do too. New Mexico and Maine. I think New Mexico wins this. Pretty
hot take. Maine with the upset. Go Black Bears.
Okay.
I hope Idaho loses. Idaho is who Indiana plays next week. and they should start 0-1 because Washington State should roll them.
Yeah.
Interesting game here: Boise State and Oregon State.
Oh, FYI, before I forget, just putting this out here, if any students are watching this and they don't have football tickets and they want to go to the Western Kentucky game, hit me up because I'm probably going to sell that ticket because it's family weekend, so I don't even know that I'm going to be going to the game. So.
All right, let's see. I think Oregon State will win.
Yeah, I think they'll win too.
It'll be a close game.
If they were on the road, I could see Boise
This
State.
is a coin flip.
Yeah.
Game.
Kent State, Washington. I think Washington wins. They're 23-point favorites.
Hot take, extremely hot take. Kent State wins.
No,
on the road.
They've got our man, bro. They got our man.
Who? Oh, Penix.
Penix is there, and I think he's. Did they announce him a starter?
Then never mind. Then Washington's winning.
Yeah, I mean Penix is a great quarterback.
Western Kentucky and Hawaii.
After what I saw Hawaii play last week,
honestly,
I think
if we're being completely honest, Western Kentucky's a better football team than
I honestly think we see Western Kentucky at 3-0 when we play them, which is going to be an issue.
Western Kentucky's a good team.
And then
Florida
Sunday,
State, LSU. I think LSU's going to win. I have major concerns about Brian Kelly and how he's going to do, but
I think they still win.
But if we're being honest, Florida State's not that impressive.
We'll do Monday games on Monday because we're going to do another one of these on Monday.
Fine.
Because it's still it's just one game. Because that's going to be a good game to just talk about. Because I honestly think that's going to be a closer game than people are realizing. All right, so we did that. Let's move on to our
baseball
favorite MLB.
Baseball.
All right.
Baseball. Go to standings.
I am. I just got to get down to it.
It's okay.
Here it is. I hate this. I have the app on my phone.
Let me see the mouse since I kind of want to control this.
It just makes it easier.
Okay.
What team are you? Oh wait, you're a.
So
are you a Cubs fan?
Yeah. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go.
My Yanks, bro.
So let's see how each division's doing. In the AL East, the Yankees are 79-52.
Which I'm going with.
Which the thing is they were like 79 and like 30. They were like 70-30 at one point. They've been playing really bad in the second half, and I think
we were back.
For a contending team, it should be cause for concern that the Yankees are not.
Not really. We have 100% chance of making the postseason. We're not going to not make it.
I'm not saying you're not going to make the postseason.
I think
I'm saying you're going to lose when you get in there because you're not playing well.
Nah.
The Rays are sitting at 72-57. They're a solid team. Toronto, who I had making the World Series in the preseason.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you did that.
Right.
I saw that team and I thought it at first.
But then, the Orioles, who were projected to finish last in the MLB.
Well, that's until Boston. I don't know what happened.
Perfect. No. The Orioles are projected to finish last in the MLB, and they are coming on a playoff spot. They won 10 games in a row in June or May, and they haven't looked back. They're on the outskirt, on the very edge of a playoff spot.
They're not making the playoff spot.
Okay. Let's look at the Central. Cleveland. Hold it still. Cleveland. The Guardians are currently leading the Central with the Twins 1 game back. Now, here's the thing. The winner of this division is going to get in, and the loser is probably not because second place, because Baltimore is 4th, and they have more wins than Minnesota.
Correct, but these two. This one, Seattle has 73 wins, and Houston has 84.
We're going to look at the wild card in a second.
6 teams make it.
This is going to be a big race down the stretch for Cleveland and Minnesota, and the White Sox have just been. I know a lot of White Sox fans. They were talking a lot of talk about how they're going to be super good this year, and they're coming for the title. And they have been a massive disappointment this
100%.
year.
100%. I have friends that were at the White Sox game.
I mean, it feels like they can't get anything consistent going. They're 4 games out of the division. I mean, they got to get some better going. Kansas City and Detroit, they're in the middle of.
But but if 6 teams make it, these 2 make it. The winner here automatically makes it, and then these 3 teams make it. Houston is looking really dangerous. Yeah, they always do, though. That's what people always go,
you don't want to face Houston like that.
They started 500, like, midway, like, a little bit at the beginning of the season. Everybody's like, oh, Houston's going to fall off this year. We're going to see the Angels take it. And I was like, nope, watch.
The Angels were in first place for a while.
They were in first place for 3 weeks, I think.
Of games. They lost like 20 in a row.
Yeah, right now they're 5-5.
Now they're way out of a playoff spot. Here's what I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rank here. Angels, you need a complete team to win in baseball.
There's talk they're trading Shea.
You need a complete team to win in baseball. I know you have the 2 best players in the world. You have the 2 best baseball players Earth has to offer.
Well,
they actually have a team. They have
but they don't play.
Ohtani and Trout,
but they don't play well because they have an absolute shitty team.
No. They play well.
That's what I'm saying. But like they don't play well for the team and all because they lose.
But Baseball is the ultimate team sport because think about it. In basketball, LeBron James can take as many shots as he wants.
Correct, but he doesn't.
Mike Trout can only occupy 1/9 of their offensive production.
Correct.
Learn to build a team and not just pay a sum to one player. You're wasting the careers.
And also the thing is
build a rotation or something.
The Angels don't have the money that the other big teams do. So why are you wasting so much money on Trout?
They're in the LA area. They for sure have money.
No, they have money, but they don't have as much money as, like, for instance, the Yankees have all.
But they have more money than teams like the Orioles or the Guardians or the Royals.
Yeah, all the teams that suck.
Or even Seattle.
Okay, but Seattle is smart, and a lot of their players agree to take a little bit of a cap hit. That way they can have a good team.
Texas, but Seattle is America's team. They have the longest active playoff drought, and they're just.
I want them to go in.
Everyone wants Seattle to make it,
100%.
And it looks like they're going to. So go to wild card. So what do we got here? So Tampa Bay. So currently your division leaders are Cleveland, the Yankees, and the Astros.
Did you say that? No, it doesn't.
Tampa Bay holds the first wild card spot. They're 2 games up, and Seattle is also 2 games up. They should be okay, barring a collapse. Toronto holds on to the 3rd spot. The 3rd spot's new this year. It used to just be 2 spots. Now there's a 3rd one. It's a different playoff format.
How do you lose to the Cubs? That's brutal for the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
And you lost.
But, hey, look who's right behind them. Baltimore at a game and a half. I think that would be the story of the MLB year. And they're starting, and all their young prospects that are supposed to be major league stars.
They're starting to come out.
Gunnar Henderson just got called up. Adley Rutschman's been playing really well. They play as a team. That is something. Like, they have a complete team, and, I mean, Jorge Mateo's been doing really well. The pitching is not great, but it's been getting it done. I want to see the Orioles make the playoffs, and even if they don't, they're going to be calling up a lot of young talent in the coming years. They could be a force. Minnesota at 3 out, and then Chicago and Boston.
Chicago just doesn't make sense.
And this applies equally to Boston. Have just been massive disappointments. They should not be behind the Orioles.
No.
But they
should not be behind Minnesota.
Minnesota's good.
No,
I mean, well, they're supposed to be good. They're not.
They're mega. All right, National League. Nobody is surprised here. The leaders are the Dodgers. Who is it?
Hold on. Go to the divisions.
That's right. Go ahead. Watch out.
Go to regular season. Okay, so and then National League. All right, so the Mets.
The Mets. That's
I think. Do they have the best record in baseball?
No, the Dodgers do. 90-40.
Oh damn. Okay. So the Mets just won a series against the Dodgers.
Yes, they did, but I still think the Dodgers
are a force. I mean,
100%. The Mets are insane this year. Ridiculous.
I am a believer of it's the same old Mets and they're going to do the same shit every year, but they've been looking good.
They're going to choke in the playoffs, I'm afraid. I mean, they are. They're going to choke because what teams always clutch up during the playoffs? The Dodgers. And then even if you somehow beat the Dodgers and go to the World Series, you've got the Astros, the Rays usually clutch up. I mean, you're not going to win. There's no way you're winning.
Okay, but they got DeGrom and Scherzer, and they got Starling Marte, who's playing really well. Edwin Diaz is pretty much automatic out of the bullpen now. He's back to his Seattle form.
Now that Scherzer is
do you remember when, Julio Rodriguez, the guy on Seattle? Yes. So the Mariners traded Edwin Diaz for Julio Rodriguez and Jared Kelenic.
And it's like...
The Mariners won that trade.
Yeah, 100%. So,
but Edwin Diaz has still been playing really well.
I think they just want to clear up a little cap space because I think it ended up
Atlanta, my preseason pick to win the World Series.
Again?
Yes.
No, they're not going back to back. They're good.
Think about this. I'll walk you through my mindset last year. They won the World Series without Ronald Acuna.
Correct.
And you just replace Matt Olson. I'd rather have Matt Olson and Ronald Acuna than just Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, but you also had, the Dodgers are now back to full strength.
Always
choke in the playoffs. The Dodgers. How do they always choke in the playoffs? They literally won so many World Series back to back, and even made it to the World Series.
How many times? Okay,
the Dodgers are either going to win or they're going.
How many times in recent years have the Dodgers had one of the best records of baseball, and then they lose to a team like the Nationals or the Cardinals or the Mets?
Okay, but what I'm saying right now is in the last 5 years they've been to the World Series 3 times.
I don't think they'll win the World Series.
They may not win it, but they're going.
Okay, Philly is still.
This whole division is pretty good.
Philly's in contention, 73 and 58. And Miami.
I feel so bad. I love their uniforms.
Miami they have some young players. They might be good.
Jeter.
Nationals fans are just going through it now.
Yeah.
But to be fair, you did win a World Series not too long ago. St.
doesn't surprise me.
is back to their usual brigade
Milwaukee
of winning.
somehow, I think, is still
winning. Arenado and Goldschmidt are carrying the team, and they just got Jordan Montgomery from the Yankees, and he is pitching out of his mind with St. Louis.
San Diego is a surprise to me. I mean, like, because when they started the season, they were actually below both San Francisco and Arizona.
Okay, LA's obviously murdering the entire MLB. They have the best team, best roster.
They're actually set to break the record.
For wins?
Yep.
What's their win percentage?
At least they were.
What's
their win percentage right now? Where's it at? I don't even see it. Oh, here it is. 69.9.
Okay, so hold on. So
they're expected to win 111.5 games.
The record's 116.
Oh, then they must have. Oh, that's right, because they lost it. Oh, yeah, they were 6-4 in their last.
The 0-1 Mariners have 116
No, they were on. They had
16 wins.
Like 2 weeks ago, they had such little. They were expected to win 118.5.
We'll see. They
can't now. No, they can't.
To be fair, though, the regular season don't mean a damn thing. But like that 0-1 Mariners team, the last time they made the playoffs, they lost in the ALCS to the Yankees.
No, but I mean, it would still be insanely cool if you could say, yeah, wait, we didn't make it all the way, but we did break the MLB record for most wins.
San Diego. I did not think they'd be very good this year.
I did. They were expected to be good, and then when I saw them fall off in the beginning, I got kind of scared.
Because they had such a repugnant, awful end of the year last year.
Yeah, they did, and they were expected to go. They were actually expected to win the division.
Here's
over
the thing:
Dodgers.
they're playing as a team. Last year, it kind of felt like a lot of players.
Yes, we're just kind of like trying to show up themselves.
And here's the thing: I know the Tatis drama about him getting suspended for using PEDs. I think did you hear what Mike Clevenger said?
No.
He put it the best. They interviewed him like, "What do you think about Tatis being suspended and blah, 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 blah." He's like, we have everyone we need to win in this locker room right now.
Yeah, I mean, you don't... That's what... People in baseball, NBA, and NFL are all the same. You don't need one superstar to win a game. You need a whole team. So when people are wondering out here, why aren't we winning games? Well, it's because you're spending, $350 million on LeBron James, and you don't have a complete team that can play with them. Or you're spending... how much does he get? Tatis has got to be one of the highest paid people in the MLB.
He's one of them, yeah.
And you're paying all that money to him. Luckily for the Padres, they still have a good team. But you look at people like the Angels, you're paying probably a combined total of about, $300 mil to the two of them?
Like 400 maybe.
400 mil just to Sheho and Mike Trout. And you don't have a team.
Arizona sucks. San Francisco
fell off.
San Francisco fell off. I think everyone kind of saw that coming.
Yeah.
And then
so
Colorado is also in.
Let's go look at wild card for them because we didn't look at wild card for them.
Okay, so Atlanta has pretty much locked up a playoff spot. They might catch the Mets to the division. They're only down 3 games.
Yeah, but both of them have a 100% chance of making the postseason.
They're both going to make the playoffs. This is where it gets interesting, though. So Philly and San Diego. Philly's only a half game up on San Diego. Milwaukee's the only really team with a chance.
They're 3
games back. Arizona, San Fran, my putrid ass Cubs. They are terrible. I mean, all these teams suck.
Yeah. So
but it's gonna come down to between Philly, San Diego, and Milwaukee, and 2 of them are getting in, and it's probably gonna be Philly and San Diego.
Yeah, I don't even think this question. I think it stays the same, except for San Diego and Philly makes.
Let's look at stat leaders. I want to go to stats.
Here it is.
Because I think stats are more important.
I don't know if y'all could have guessed this. Aaron Judd is number 1 on home runs.
Okay, Paul Goldschmidt is hitting .332. He has been amazing. He's probably, in my opinion, should win National League MVP. Freddie Freeman's hitting .324. Arise, who's a pure contact hitter. I love him. He was hitting like .340 at one
He's
point.
not going to win National League MVP. You know who it is.
Who? National League? Who?
Yeah.
Who?
It's going to be Albert Pujols. He's keeping up with Aaron Judd in home runs almost. Albert Pujols has one of the highest. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's not him.
He's not even on.
Oh no, but he was.
That is Goldschmidt. That's what I just said. That's what I just said.
No, but Albert Pujols was the second.
Home runs. Is Aaron Judge gonna catch? Here's the thing. I think he'll catch Roger Maris for the Yankees record and the AL record.
Okay, he'll catch the AL record, and technically, if he beats Maris, he, in my opinion, automatically gets the MLB record because Barry Bonds. On so much steroids, that should not count for the MLB record.
No, it doesn't.
Everybody
knew.
I know, but everybody knew he was on steroids. Everybody.
I think if Aaron Judge hits the most home runs,
he automatically goes down as home run.
I think if he hits the most home runs without an asterisk, I think that's a significant moment that a lot of people can get.
100%, and they'll test him because they always do because they think that everybody that does well is on steroids. But if he got 83,
A lot of them.
We could talk about it, but he's been doing this since he came into the league. But Aaron Judd has been a good home run hitter since he came into the league.
Yeah.
Schwarber
has 36, having a good year. I don't know why I know why the Cubs got rid of him, but
yeah.
I really don't know why the Red Sox got rid of him because he's a big bobber. Goldschmidt with 33. Austin Riley has also been on a tear and
33. Aaron Judd leads slugging or runs batted in RBI.
Ribs, bro. Jeez.
That
Alonso's got 105. Goldschmidt again. Yeah. Goldschmidt and Arenado are leading the Cardinals.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's different than Ohtani and Trout because they have other guys that can support the team like Bader and Edman and all these.
Why am I surprised? The Dodgers are cleaning up the hit category. The first two are them: Trey Turner and Freddie Freeman. I'm not shocked.
Goldschmidt up there again. Yeah. He's for sure winning.
418
on base. That is really good.
Yeah, and then Judd is at .39 or 3.
On base is actually more important than average.
Yeah, but looking at it,
like here's the thing.
But this statistic right here.
Look at average though. Look at average though. Of these guys, like Jeff McNeil's a good player, but he's not great. Luis Ariz is a really good player,
100%.
But he's not great. The guys on the on-base leaderboard are the guys that know how to draw walks and know how to be a complete hitter at the plate. Goldschmidt, Soto, Judge, Alvarez, and Freeman. Those are
100%.
All of those guys are top 10 players.
Yeah, and not only that, Judd leads the slugging percentage and he leads the on-base plus slugging percentage.
OPS. So if you guys don't know what OPS, it's on-base plus slugging. 700 is considered average. 800's a really good hitter.
Judd is 1.06. Let's just put it at that.
1,000, you're nearing MVP territory. Judge is at 1,063. Goldschmidt's at 1,035. Alvarez at a 995. Arenado at a 941. Austin Riley at a 921.
And then Judd also has 104 runs, and Goldschmidt has 94.
Okay, doubles. Freeman and Matt Olson. Okay, triples. Gavin Lux has 7. Ahmed Rosario. Okay.
Nothing there.
Stolen bases, John Birdie bringing back old school baseball there with 32. Look at the Orioles. The Orioles have some guys up there. Cedric Mullins, and I completely forgot about him when we talked about the Orioles. He's the star of that team.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about him when we talked about that. Cedric Mullins is the engine that makes the Orioles run. He is a terrific player, and he deserves your respect.
ERA, I'm not shocked.
Verlander just gets better with age.
Yeah.
Alcantara has had a fantastic year.
Yeah,
I know he's pitching for a bad Marlins team, but here's the thing. Pitcher wins. The win stat means nothing.
Oh, 100%. That's what I'm saying. I skipped right over the win stat.
Really? Who leads in wins? Kyle Wright. Because he plays 17. For a good team. Tony Gonsolin is good, but he's not great. Framber,
2 Dodgers, 2 Houston. Everybody knows that. That's nothing here. Saves.
McClanahan is also having a really good year for the Rays. He's blossoming into a terrific young left-handed pitcher. He's going to be a stud. Yeah. Dylan Cease, good year. Urias, good year. Saves. Now saves is also a stat that's not great.
Not as great.
Because basically what the save stat shows is how many saves.
Because it's if they have bases.
But Jansen with 31.
Strikeouts, I'm not shocked. I love my man Garrett Cole. I know a lot of people hate him, but he's not a great person.
Rodon, Cease. And then whip, McClanahan with the best.
Damn, I didn't think you'd be there.
McClanahan with the best whip. He's the best in the league at preventing runners from getting on base. He is an absolute star. If we had to go with award predictions, I think Judge is winning. Judge is AL MVP, Goldschmidt's NL MVP.
Probably.
And then for Cy Young, I would AL Rookie of the Year is going to Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah, probably.
And then NL Rookie of the Year, I don't even know.
I wouldn't even.
I don't really know, but I think for Cy Young, I would definitely. I would go with Alcantara. For NL. Alcantara has my vote. All right, we're getting low on battery, but it should be enough.
Yeah, well, we're gonna move on to fantasy. Now you got 6%. And guys,
all right, guys. My computer cut out. I need to start bringing my computer charger here. I will next time.
Yeah, we had a mishap over here,
but hopefully you guys enjoyed. Eddie's gonna run out, edit this, and then we're gonna go to the game. So hopefully you guys had fun and enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Yeah, there will be a vlog on the main channel.